Yeah, really proud of our team tonight. Very hard-fought battle, as you can tell by these two in their uniforms. It started off a little weird. Alex started the game with a base hit, and then we get into a lightning delay, and you never know how your team's going to come out after that. They were nice and relaxed in the locker room, having fun, watching our baseball team get a big win against North Carolina State. So when we came back out, we gave up a unearned run there to them in the first inning, and unfortunate, but this team just has a way of bouncing back and not getting down on themselves. We've had quite a run in the last month and a half, and you just never know in a hostile environment against a really good Texas team how your team's going to respond. I thought Reese was outstanding against their offense. I know she gave up a couple of hits and gave up a couple of runs, but our offense had her back. We put balls in play, and that was our plan against Kavon, was try not to get a lot of strikeouts against her, put it in play, and give ourselves an opportunity. I thought our offense did an outstanding job of that, of really being patiently aggressive at the plate, and I thought we moved her pretty good, and then when they bounced back and got runners there at first and second, and we made the pitching change, I thought McCubbin just held her composure and got us out of that jam. And Texas is a team that really they live off that momentum, and we shut the momentum down there. And the double play, obviously the fly ball, and then Jam making a perfect throw to Abby was huge. I thought Maddie's hit. I've said Maddie and Alex, when they do damage, we're good. And Alex was on base all night tonight, and Maddie drove her in, and Noller with a big double there to give us some insurance runs was huge. Our job's not done. We know this is just day one, and tomorrow's going to be a new day, and we got to come out with the right mindset of literally playing it pitch to pitch and trying to win every inning.
We'll start with in-house questions first, and then go to Zoom, right here on the right.
Alex and Maddie, how would you describe just the team's reaction? You trail early. There's a long delay, weather delay. How would you describe how you guys responded to that situation?
You want to go? Well, I mean, for our previous game, like the ACC tournament, we've gotten really good at playing in the rain. So, we were kind of prepared. There's nothing that we kind of haven't seen or dealt with this season that hasn't prepared us for every single situation possibly given to us. So, I think it's just we know how to deal with the emotions, and we can kind of calm ourselves, and we all love each other, and we have fun. So, it's not really much of an issue when there's Mother Nature takes its course, but we know how to kind of bounce back and play the game afterwards.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Like Coach Rittman was saying, we were watching our baseball team in there, so we were keeping the positive energy going and just keeping good vibes in the visitor locker room. And so we were kind of leaning on each other for the weather updates, but we already knew nothing was going to bother us. We were just so excited to play that, waiting 30 minutes, an hour wasn't going to do anything just because we were so excited.
And that early deficit didn't seem to rally.
Yeah, we're the cardiac kids, everybody likes to call us, so we always seem to be down and then come back, so it's fun.
Kurt, middle row.
Yeah, to both ladies, you guys obviously had a great season, clearly. Texas is a really great program, but y'all showed no sense of intimidation or nerves, it doesn't seem like. Am I reading that right, and what's the secret to that?
Yeah, we're really great actresses. No, I'm just kidding. No, I mean, we all work really well together, and we all know that we, each one of us have each other's backs, and so we kind of relinquish control, and we play our game, and we know that if we don't do well, somebody else will pick us up, and, you're probably going to have a great game, and so it's just a very, family feeling, and so we all know we have each other's backs.
Yeah, and then tonight, with a really great crowd here at Texas, we, a couple of times throughout the game when we felt, a lot of nervousness or anxiousness, we just kind of came together and took a lot of deep breaths, and that helped us throughout this game. It's one pitch at a time, so we try not to make any moment too big in the game.
Yep, middle row again.
Alex, so from your vantage point, that play in the fifth inning from Jam to Abby, the throw, the double play, how big was that for momentum, and what were your conversations like in the dugout after that?
Oh, that was huge. If you know Jam brings the energy, so she was all excited after that play, but we were just as excited for her. As soon as that ball was hit to her, I could kind of, at third base, sense that she was going. And so in my head, I'm like, okay, this is going to be exciting. So I've seen her in practice all the time make those, money throws to home plate. And so I wasn't surprised, but no, it was a great throw. We were all really excited for her.
Anything in-house for Coach? TJ? Yes, you need the mic.
All right, Coach, what are you going to do tomorrow with your pitchers?
You
Might
know,
we see those same two?
Yeah, I haven't really thought about it too much yet. We've been riding those two horses for a while now. We do have other pitching. We have Macy Cintron, a freshman, who's thrown a lot of innings for us this year, and we've kind of, protected her innings a little bit. But we'll see what tomorrow brings. I mean, obviously, Brooke and Reese feed off each other. They complement each other with their pitches. Obviously, Texas is a powerful lineup, so we'll plan on using everybody to get to where we want to go.
And if you do see Kavon again, what was the key tonight for you guys getting your hits against her?
Well, I think the biggest thing is you can't chase, and if she gives you a pitch in the strike zone, you got to be able to put it in play. And with a pitcher like that has a good off-speed pitch and velocity, you just can't chase. And I thought we did a pretty good job of that tonight of not chasing a lot. And you put the ball in play and usually good things happen, and that would be our same approach tomorrow. I mean, we do a good job. Ryan Willigman and Crash, our two assistant coaches, do a great job of preparing scouting reports, and our hitters do a really good job of following through. So we'll look at the film tonight and come up with a plan tomorrow. And I know our hitters are really good at making adjustments, so if their pitchers make adjustments, we'll be ready for it.
You're not going straight to bed, you're going to watch them?
Nah, well, I'm going to go straight to bed. I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to lie, but Ryan and Crash will be up watching the film. They'll have reports for us in the morning. You got it.
Kurt behind you, TJ.
Yeah, John, how big was that 3-run inning, not just with the runs, but did it seem to really put a lot more pressure on them? Because a lot of pressure is on them as the higher seed.
Yeah, I
Right.
think, we've been in those situations where, you're home, you're favored to win, and then all of a sudden you're in a tight game. But, hey, Texas has been there, done that. Nothing's going to faze them. They came back and rallied. And, they're a championship program for a reason. And we know we're going to have to bring our A game. We're going to have to play all-around softball to win a championship here. We're going to have to pitch well. We're going to have to play good defense. We're going to have to run the bases smartly, and we're going to have to get timely hits, and that's the ingredient for success in postseason. And and the other thing is you got to play free, and you got to play with some grit, and our team is doing that. So, really happy with their performance.
And I was going to ask you, the weird play at third.
Yeah.
Was that one of you two?
No, it's Kylie Johnson and Jam.
Was she trying to deep the?
No. Yeah, it's a weird call. It's a weird play. In fact, it's the first time in my 37 years of coaching that's been called. But Kylie dove back into third, and it was a forced play, but she beat the throw. Kylie thought the ball had got away from the third baseman, so she took off home. And Jam, our center fielder that was at second, made it to third safely. So you can't advance on that play as a base runner if the umpires put the defense in a predicament like they did. So that was how it was explained to me. And so the only solution is to put the runners back. And that's what they did. So. Yeah, no. She actually, because I asked her right away, what was your thought? And she goes, I thought it got away from her, so. But he called her out immediately, so my mind was going in three different ways. Was she safe? What's she doing now? Now I got to watch this play. And then I went back and said, oh, the heck with it. We'll go to replay and let them figure it out.
And lastly, pitching Reese Atwood effectively as y'all have big dreamers.
Yeah, I mean, she's an outstanding hitter, and obviously she puts a lot of fear in pitchers and defense. And, I think it's a key to beating them is not letting them string together at bats. I mean, Scott got a big home run today. Maloney got some big hits for him, and Caden Henry was on base all night. So you just, you're probably not going to shut down their offense completely, but you just try to win pitches and win innings against a good offensive team like Texas.
We're gonna go to Zoom so we can get Clemson to bed.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're
Anybody
welcome.
on Zoom have a question for Clemson?
Yeah, this is Will. I got a couple for Coach and for Alex. Coach, first of all, her approach to start the game, how did that set the tone for you guys right off the bat, and how she kept coming up and doing that? And Alex, I want to ask you about your approach also, and how important it was for you to get on base.
Yeah, Will, were you asking about Reese Basinger's approach? I missed the first part of that.
No, I'm asking about Alex, how she kind of set the tone for the night with you guys at the plate.
Hey, Alex Brown is a winner. She's a baller, and if you look at her uniform, you can't see it, I don't think, but she's covered head to toe in dirt. And Alex is somebody that she is just driven by excellence. She wants to succeed every at bat, and sometimes she has a little bit of problem of dealing with failure. But when she's playing free and she's in control at the plate, you can see what she can do offensively. And there's a couple of weeks there towards the end of the season where she's putting a little bit more pressure on herself. And I think in the last regional and tonight, she's coming back to being Alex. She's taking pitches, being patiently aggressive at the plate, and getting big timely hits for us and setting the table for Maddie and Julia and Centron and Biera and Collins. So she's done a great job, and very proud of her effort tonight.
Yeah, Alex, and your thoughts on your approach tonight?
Yeah, as a leadoff batter, I'm just trying to get on base because I know I have 8 other batters behind me that are so amazing. So if I can just get on and kind of create chaos, usually we can score some runs. So that's my job. But with Kavon tonight, she has a lot of innings, so we kind of knew we were going to face her coming in, and she's obviously a great pitcher. So my goal is just to attack early, and if she leaves pitches in the strike zone, you got to attack those just because she has a lot of other great pitches.
Anything else for anybody? Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.